my fault. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. You know the drill. It's usually Tuesdays. Didn't happen this week. Follow us on social media below. I don't want to talk about it. I got my schedule back on track and everything this week. I got didn't work 25 hours of overtime and still screwed it up. So shoot me. I don't know what to tell you. But hey, we're here. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about some wrestling news. What's up, Boogie? Appreciate you being here, brother. Of course, Boogie would step in just to give me crap.
Hell yeah.
I miss you, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Dude, I was just like I was telling Frank though, man. Because of everything that's happened, my sleep schedule and everything's so screwed up. I was doing okay and everything, and then right at the right before it was time to go, man, I was like, I just started just started nodding off, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. So, but I drank a friggin', you can't see it because of my blue screen shit. I drank a friggin' energy drink. I'll live. Boogie living a dream. Some rare downtime. Cigar by the pool and saw Frank's Street. Sweet dude. Did you get any new video games for your video game cabinet? I know you put together a pretty nice man cave, but miss you around here, brother. Appreciate it. But
Rob's just getting excited for Supergirl. That's what it is.
Oh God, dude. I have loved. My name is literally Comic Book Bob. I have loved comics since I was a little kid, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. The last 10 years, I'm at the point now where I just do not give a shit about anything. I don't care about even the stuff like okay, it looks like it might be good. I'm like, yeah, I don't care anymore. They killed the love of it out of me, man. Just got WrestleFest. Love it. Yep. Sweet. But did you watch that book? I don't remember if you answered or not. Did you watch the El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano? Because dude, you can watch it for free on WWE their YouTube channel right now. So freaking awesome match. Pretty much the best thing WWE's done all year. 110% best thing they've done all year. But missed it, saw the highlights. Yeah, dude, friggin' I've said it for years. Chad Gable, woefully underutilized. I don't think they realize what they've got in that guy. Well, I think maybe that may help. Hopefully they're starting to realize it.
Mr. Shorty G himself.
But that dude, I'm telling you, man, if they did it right, that's the next Bryan Danielson right there. I'm dead serious.
I already told you they won't.
Your opinion is shared by most of the people in the wrestling community, including most professionals. I know, who was it? I know Jeff Jarrett sounded off about it. Stevie Richards said something about it. I think, God damn, there's 3 or 4 big time people in professional wrestling. We're talking about it, and all of them pretty much said the same thing. He needs to leave. He needs to pull an AJ. He needs to pull a Cody, and he needs to leave. He needs to go. I don't want him to go to AEW because I think AEW will treat him better, but I still don't think they'll push him because I don't think he's in that category of the type of person that Tony Khan likes. He needs to go to New Japan, in my personal opinion. He needs to do the same thing that Cody did, same thing that AJ did. Go somewhere where you will be the top guy the minute you get there. And right now, New Japan, they're in a transitional phase right now. They've got good wrestlers, but they don't have any megas. They don't have any stars.
Yeah.
And he can go there, and as good as he is, man, he will immediately be a star. And just give him the AJ Styles treatment when you get there and let him show them what he's got, what he's capable of. And then go back to to WWE or AEW, and he'll instantly be a top guy.
No. I don't think he'll ever be a top guy in WWE.
No.
What titles has he held besides the tag strap?
None. They didn't even give him the IC title.
Nope.
He had that awesome series remember when Gunther actually took that belt and made that belt the number 2 belt in the company even after the new world title, the one that Roman's got now. They were calling it the consolation prize title. And Gunther took the IC title, had that amazing run, and he elevated that belt. And even then, they didn't put that belt on him.
I'm sorry. He's been a speed champion one time.
Oh boy. Whoop-de friggin' do. Like that's a title they put on the janitor.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, the fact of the matter is, dude, he's good on the stick. He's good at character work. He's good at everything. The only thing is he's 5'8". He's like 5'8", 5'9". He's small. He's not a 6'4" friggin' giant dude. And because of that, he gets overlooked. Just like Danielson. Danielson for the longest time. I think Bryan Danielson is taller than he is, a little bit taller than he is. But Bryan Danielson got overlooked until the Yes movement. The friggin' fans forced it out of Vince. Vince hated it. Vince didn't want friggin' Bryan Danielson to be the champion. He didn't want him to be in a top because he just didn't see it in him.
Yeah,
he was the guy that you use to enhance everybody else.
Danielson is 5'10", so he has 2 inches on Gable.
Yeah, so so they're both smaller guys, but Bryan Danielson proved that Vince was wrong, and then he became one of Vince's go-to guys. There's still an IC title. Yes. Kind of. After that Gunther run, man, it fell off the face of the earth, just like in the past. So, but the thing is if they stop booking Chad Gable like a joke, if they booked him like a killer, like he actually is, and if they give him the Bryan Danielson treatment, they put that friggin' IC belt on him and give him the Bryan Danielson treatment. He can elevate that belt just like Gunther did. Just like Gunther did, man. And the thing is the dude can wrestle anybody. Literally can wrestle anybody. And get a great match. So he needs to go to New Japan. He needs to prove what he is. Because like I said, and he'll go there, he'll get paid really, really well because he'll instantly be a top guy there. Go there. Build yourself up, and then once they realize what they've got, come back and finish out the rest of your career. But he's good. He's at the point now. I think he's in his late 30s now, isn't he?
Who? Gable is 40.
Yeah, he needs to do it now because he can't wait. Is his contract done? I think his contract's up in like a year. He can't leave right now. He's not going anywhere for at least a year and a half. But I did read something where they said that his contract is up either the middle of next year or the end of next year, something like that. So he's there for a while. And hopefully, it's possible they may, realize what they've got in him and actually give the guy a real push this time. But like you said, Taker, like Mal said, Taker knows what he's got. Hunter, on the other hand, I mean, you can't watch that match and see the reaction that crowd had and see how good that friggin' match was and not realize what a friggin' asset you have in that guy. You got to be brain dead. But then considering some of the comments that guys like Nick Khan made this week, being brain dead might be an actual thing. Did you see did you see the bullshit he's trying to pull?
Yeah.
He's trying to say that the plan the plan for WrestleMania that what they ended up with was always the plan. I'm like, dude, you guys did a freaking documentary about how you had to change everything. Don't try to blow smoke up our friggin' butts, man. You're full of crap. Rock tried to pull a power play and it blew up in your face.
Yep.
So try to pull revisionist history on that crap now.
Hey, Dominic Mysterio's real dad is Eddie Guerrero was only 5'8".
Eddie wasn't a big dude.
5'8".
Yeah, but that's the thing. He made himself undeniable. And you know what? That's what you got to do, man. It's, it's just, he's got to do something though, man. He's at the point now where, if he doesn't, he's not going to go anywhere. But, see here, open image. Kill that. Yeah.
No, he's done what they've asked of him, and just not being utilized like he should be.
No, and I don't think, and honestly, I would love to be wrong, because I think there's people in WWE he could have amazing matches with, dude. Him versus Penta. Him versus Ray, him versus Cody. There's so many dudes that he could have amazing matches with. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope.
I just don't think it's going to happen. At the very best, he might get an IC title run. That's it. But it won't be. They'll botch it like they did Jay. We love when you're wrong too, man. Just shut up. Be safe going home, dude. Did you watch Dynamite or Raw?
Dynamite's today.
No, I mean, but last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first show after that awesome pay-per-view. It was all right.
Yeah, Raw was all right too.
It was because they did that 3 hour. Yeah, Raw this week was definitely better than last week.
Yeah.
Raw last week was dog crap.
Yeah, and the Clash was okay.
Clash was okay. Dude, the finishes were all bad. They were all bad. All the finishes were bad.
I will say this though, her last match and this one at Clash in Italy, Jade Cargill actually looked a lot better.
Well, look who she's in the ring with. Dude, this was that match that Jade Rhea match was probably, that's the best match she's probably had since she went to WWE.
Yeah.
That was, but I'm gonna tell you what, I put most of the credit for that on friggin' Rhea. And Jade, and here's the thing: Jade herself has gone ahead and admitted that she needs someone in there to be a ring general for her. She's at the point now where she can give you a great match as long as the person she's in there can call it for her. So at least she's realistic about herself. That's like saying the Big Mac is the best burger at McDonald's. It's still McDonald's. Yeah, I hear you, dude. It's like I said, when Rhea steps between, when Jade steps between the ropes, she's suspect as hell, man.
Yep.
She got a long way to go. I get the feeling, I think she might be eyeing that Hollywood thing. I don't think Jade's going to be around in WWE she might be there for another 3 or 4 years, and I think that's it. I think she's going Hollywood, dude. They're already looking at her.
And somebody who's got a long way to go too, is Sol Ruca.
Yes. Here's the thing. Sol Ruca, in my opinion, is they're trying to pass her off as the Jeff Hardy of the women's division. But they are booking her. Their booking of her has been terrible.
Yeah, they got to get that Soul Snatcher. They got to get her a different move.
Oh, dude.
Different finisher. She's
got maybe 2-3 years of doing that move before her back starts hurting her. There's no way she's going to be able to pull that move off for the rest of her career. There's no way. That's the kind of move that breaks your body into 1,000 pieces. And now I want Big Mac. Oh my God. But
no, what somebody needs to do is just do like she goes up for the move and her opponent needs to pull Samoa Joe.
I'll just do a walkaway.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised nobody else has like copped that from him. Because Joe's the kind of dude he'd be like, "Hey, you want to do an homage to me by pulling that off? I'm cool with it." I'm surprised nobody else has pulled that off where like they just do the walk off. Like no one's gonna do it as well as he does though.
She's gonna slip on her rope one time and seriously get hurt.
Oh, dude, she's already done that.
No, I mean seriously get hurt.
But I'm saying she's already
slipped on it, yeah. But yeah. she's gonna get serious hurt.
Or on her way down, she's gonna grab her opponent and she's gonna hurt them. Here's the thing. When she hits the move, it looks awesome. But that is the kind of move like AJ. What was that? What was that move that AJ used to do? It was God, I can't remember what it was called.
Styles?
No, yeah, AJ Styles. He used to do a move when he was younger in TNA. But as soon as he moved, he went to New Japan, and he basically that move was out of his repertoire forever after that point. Because it was beating the crap out of him. Oh, dude, that Joe walk-off when Ospreay tried to pull that Oz cutter. Dude, forget that was if that wasn't the highlight of the match, that was one of them, dude. It was whenever Joe, and the thing is Joe, he knows when to do it in the match. He times it perfectly so that when he does it, man, it's just immediately it's the best thing ever. Spinal Tap. Is that what that was the move that AJ took out? Because he was talking about it on God, I can't remember where it was what he was talking. But he was talking how like he took that thing out of there and they asked him like, is there it was on Chris Van Vliet, and he was like, is there any move that you used to do that you don't think you could do today? And he was like, oh yeah, and that's the one he was talking about. And he's like, there's no way I could pull that move off today. He's like, there's a reason why I took that thing out of my friggin' move set because it was killing me. Yeah, well, yeah, it was because I love that movie. Yeah, and that's the thing. It looks like $1 million, but when you look at it, you realize, dude, that's gonna beat your body to death. That is gonna beat your body to death to the point where you're not gonna be able to walk when you're 50. And same thing with Sol Ruca, man. She's gonna be like Awesome Kong, dude. She's gonna be to the point where she can't barely walk. If she's 15 years from now, if she tries to keep using that move, forget it. They gotta give her something else. She's young right now and she can absorb it a little bit, but the thing is again, she does it, and at least two or three times out of 10, she screws it up. She screwed that move up. The 3 matches she had before the one where she won the IC belt. She had screwed that belt move up all 3 matches. One of them really badly.
Yes.
So, and it's not a dig at her. It's just,
no.
You got to, like I said, sometimes you got to protect people from themselves. It looks awesome. People, it probably gets a massive pop, but you know what? If it's going to shorten your friggin' career. So you got to take that thing out of the rotation. But, oh, dude. So I got to show you something. I got to show you something here.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, share screen. Look what they did to Julia. So they turned Julia into every other blonde bimbo on that WWE has ever had. They took this chick who was one of the hottest commodities in the business. What the hell? Stop that. Soul is so over tan. I'm more worried about her looking like DDP in the next 5 years. Dude, did you see that crap where they were talking about they said she was the first black women's intercontinental champion, and a lot of people were like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?" So they got into trouble about that. But I'm like, I think she's like a quarter black or something like that. She doesn't look it, but she looks more like, what was it, Zac Efron when he was in that Baywatch movie? And they had the joke, the Rock had that joke, and it's like, "What do you mean you?" Because no. He's like, "You don't get to say that. You're not one of us. You're just really tan." But Julia, who's hey, you can't claim The Rock, but not her. I mean, The Rock was about as far as Vince was willing to tolerate at that period in time. Vince was like, if The Rock had been one shade closer to Mocha, I don't think he would have been the world champion at that time. But yeah, I just thought that was funny, dude. But it's like, yeah, it's like Julia had this really cool, unique look. She's this amazing talent, and they booked her like shit. And now they're like, well, how do we get her over? Well, we'll make her look like every other blonde chick on the friggin' roster. And make no mistake, she looks good. But this is a very generic look.
Yeah.
And she is such a unique wrestler as far as her talent and her ability is concerned. Now to see that, yeah, I called it. I said they're going to waste Julia the second they showed her off at WrestleMania. Yeah, and that was one of the things we talked about too, man. We were worried that, I get why she went there, because it's the WWE, man. It's the Mecca. Everybody dreams about having that WWE run and maybe becoming the next big thing. But the fact that we knew there was a little bit of a language barrier and her style of wrestling was not what they usually go for. And if you've watched any of her matches outside of WWE, you know that they've toned her style down a lot.
And she's the thing is, she's half Italian.
Yep.
They could have used her. She would have gotten a big pop.
She got a big pop on Raw.
Yeah, on Raw.
But she should have been on the Clash. She should have been on the show on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Just let her talk.
Yeah, They destroyed her carbonara. Yep.
She can speak Italian. Like, let her come
Yep.
out there and cut a promo in Italy.
Exactly.
Italian.
Exactly. She should have been on a match, even if it was a pre-show. She should have been on a match on that card, and she should have come out, and she should have been the MC for that show. You know, kind of like, you know, how when they did Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, it was Drew McIntyre. They should have. She should have been the MC for that show. She should have come out, had a match at the beginning of the show, cut a fire promo in Italian, and got that crowd even more riled up than they already were. So, but they didn't. And I telling you, man, she is never going to be the world champion there.
No, she's not. She's
never going to be the world champion. She's not going to be the next Asuka. She's not going to be the next Io. She's going to be in the same position that someone like Kyrie was in. She's the partner to the world champion. She might be a mid-card title holder. She already been a mid-card title holder. She's never going any further than that.
No, they just signed her to get her away from AEW.
Yep. 100%. They just signed her to keep her away from Tony Khan. But I just thought that was funny, dude, because we were talking like when she got there, they were gonna try to push her into a box and change everything about her, and you should have brought in Luigi Primo to walk her out. But yeah, it was like, and like you said, it wasn't a bad show, but man, every finish was wrong. Everything, and they did the same damn finish twice. The same damn one.
They always do.
But it was, but it was blatantly so. And then they did it again on Raw. It's the same shit, dude. And tell me this, man. I cannot be the only one who is like, are we really going to run back the same bloodline storyline that we've already done 3 times?
Yep.
Are we seriously going to do that? It's because the situation with Jacob, it's the same storyline they did with Jay. It's the same storyline they did with Jimmy. It's the same storyline they did with Solo. So this is actually the 4th time. And they've completely destroyed the aura, that Jacob's aura in this.
Yeah.
He's the lone wolf, dude. He's the Samoan werewolf. He's the black sheep. He's the dude on the outside of the family. And if you want him to lose, then have him lose, but don't do this. I have no desire to watch this.
And are you excited for King and Queen of the Ring? They've already messed that up already.
You mean the Queen of the Ring, where the woman who's the freaking champion is in the freaking tournament to win a shot at her own title? That Queen of the Ring?
No. She can choose to go after the other title.
Dude, there is no reason for your world title holders to be in a tournament to pick a number 1 contender. No, actually, no, she can't, because they already said that whoever wins goes after her title. They already said it.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's for her belt. That's why everyone's going, what? Why? Pick an apology. You're giving me a headache. Dude, I'm going to tell you, man. I don't know what's going on with WWE storyline wise, but I don't know. I don't know if they really are using AI to plan this shit, but good God. There'll be some good matches on it, but it's going to end up being pointless. Just like it's been actually, King of the Ring has been pointless for the last couple of years. Well, the only exception is this year. If like Obafemi wins it, then maybe it turns into something. But outside of that, I mean, what is it? Oh yeah, they're talking about the betting odds. What was it? It's the Obafemi was the first to qualify and is tied for best. Yeah, it's him and Rollins are both tied for who's going to win the King of the Ring. So I think the final four, it's obviously Femi's one of them. I think, honestly, I think Dominic's going to win. I think it's going to be some BS. Because his match is him, Breaker, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. I think Dominic's going to pull a win out of that so Femi can destroy him. Because they don't want Femi killing Braun Breaker. And then I think the final is going to be on the other bracket. It's going to be Seth and Jay.
Well, they've already come out and saying that right now the plans are for Roman Reigns' next two opponents at SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, not Royal Rumble, SummerSlam and WrestleMania to be Seth Rollins and Obafemi.
Yeah,
in some order.
So do you think Seth ends up getting a win over Femi?
I think Brock takes Femi out of the King of the Ring tournament.
Like he comes out and he costs him the match.
Yeah.
And Dominic or whoever goes on to face Seth, and then Seth wins.
Yeah.
Because we know that Oba's next match is gonna be with Brock again. His next big match is gonna be with Brock. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. Does anybody give a crap about who wins the women's?
No, but I think you're wrong about the winner, because I think the winner gets to choose, or winner is based on what brand they're on, what title they go after. Because it's not just a Raw tournament. It's not just a SmackDown tournament.
I know, but I'm pretty sure they said something about how she's because if you look at who's in that match, she's the only world champion that's in that whole thing. And
that doesn't matter.
But they said something about I'll have to go back and look. But I'm pretty sure they said something about like the winner's gonna go after her belt. And the odds-on favorite to win, the odds-on favorite to win overall is
Jade Cargill.
I think it's
Charlotte.
Who'd they say it was? So where's it at? Io. They're saying Io is the odds-on favorite to win the tournament overall. Io is number one, and Raquel Rodriguez is number two. So it's going to be one of those two. And the winner of that's going to go after her belt. So, I mean, that's what the odds on favorite are saying. The top three are Io, Raquel, and Charlotte. And we know that Charlotte, the guild is off the lily with Charlotte. She's not in the position with the company she used to be. So, but we'll see.
Yeah. We will.
What was it? Let's see here. So, what do you think about WWE counter programming Forbidden Door with not one but two shows? They are counter programming with an NXT see here, counter programming AEW. Yeah, they're doing NXT Heatwave. I mean, no, the next NXT the next NXT show, and then Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door 2026. Yeah, Great American Bash. And they're also doing a house show at the same time, and people are pissed because TNA fans are pissed because they're also because TNA is also running a show that same day, and the counter programming is going to hurt them probably more than it hurts AEW.
Probably. Yeah, they're running their Slammiversary.
And apparently Slammiversary ticket sales have been abysmal. See, TNT. Slammiversary tickets. Yeah, it's like he said that they're having a real hard time moving tickets because of the timing of it, because it's going up against Forbidden Door, but also because WWE decided at the last minute that they're going to run NXT pay-per-view the same time. And so they're all pointing at this going, dude, this partnership with WWE is not helping us in any way, shape, or form. And WWE doesn't care that it hurts us.
No, of course they don't.
Yeah. So there's all the TNA faithful are pissed off because this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt TNA, and this Slammiversary show is like their biggest show since they got this new television deal, and they've only sold like half the tickets. Oh no, less than that. They've only sold 1,200 tickets. And the setup is for 6,000. Holy shit. That's pretty bad. And the show is, it's in June 28th, so it's 3.5 weeks away, just like Forbidden Door is. WWE gutted TNA's major talent and made their roster look like geeks on a constant basis. Yeah, that's what I said, dude. Everybody complains about how AEW treats New Japan and CMLL talent. But what they don't understand about the whole thing with me and Frank talked about this last show is that the reason why there aren't New Japan guys holding AEW belts or haven't held any in the past isn't because AEW didn't want them to. It's because the weird TV rights deals and restrictions that were on New Japan. Because you had 3 different companies that controlled it, and all of them had, in every different branch, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Noah, Stardom, they all had different rules on what on their TV rights and things like that. So that's why they weren't able to put. And one of them, I think, was they didn't want other companies, or they were charging other companies money to have their belts on their shows, things like that. Because the original idea was, and Tony Khan said this in an interview a while back, the original idea was when they created the international title was literally meant to be an international title. It was a belt that was going to be defended in other programs, yep, or that could be defended in other programs. Because one of the first defenses when Pac won that belt, one of his first defenses was in Rev Pro. And the original idea was they wanted to put that belt, Tony Khan wanted to put that belt on Tanahashi. So that at the first, Forbidden Door, he was going to hold it until Forbidden Door, and then he was going to drop it at Forbidden Door to somebody. But he wanted to put that belt on Tanahashi, and technically speaking, that belt is the number 2 belt in the company. So they had plans to do stuff like that, but they weren't able to do it. So that's why they ended up going a different route with it. So, but that's the issue with them. But with WWE, that doesn't exist, because we're not talking about a company in 2 different countries with all these different restrictions on what they can do on television and pay-per-view and whatnot. They're both American companies. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
But every time a TNA, there have been multiple people in NXT have held the TNA title, but nobody in TNA has held any NXT belts. I don't believe.
No, I don't believe so either.
My brain just said that maybe the Hardys won the tag belts, but I don't think they did. And every time that a TNA person has been on NXT or WWE television, they got stomped. The biggest one was probably Joe Hendry showing up at WrestleMania to wrestle Randy Orton, and he got beaten like 6 minutes.
Yep.
And I think was he the champion at the time?
That I don't remember.
If he wasn't the champion, it was either right before or right after he won it or lost it. But yeah, you're talking a dude who was who was literally one of their top guys at the time, comes in and gets absolutely destroyed. So, and we know why they did that. They did that to keep them from working with AEW, because AEW was trying to repair that their relationship with them, and what's his name? Scott D'Amore said that the relationship between TNA and AEW wasn't bad. You know, they had that little hiccup with Sammy Guevara, but other than that, it wasn't bad. And actually, they were actually really happy with the relationship with AEW because their biggest ratings came when Kenny Omega wasn't the world champion. So, and they got exposure for their belts on a much bigger program. So the higher ups were actually happy with AEW. It's just after that initial push, nothing really came of it. And a big part of the reason why that happened is because of the inner turmoil where they started getting rid of people, and they also got rid of Scott D'Amore right after that. So,
yeah, that was a mistake.
But yeah, so like fans, so like TNA fans are pissed. They don't want this partnership to go any further because they feel like WWE is taking advantage of them. And dude, we said it from day one. We said any talent in TNA that is that they think is any good, AEW is going to poach it. I mean, WWE is going to poach it. They're going to steal them. And that's exactly what's happened. They've taken who have they taken? They've taken two or three people. They took Joe Hendry. Let me see here. TNA talent that jumped ship to WWE in 2025. Jordan, yeah, they took Jordan Grace. They took Joe Hendry. The Motor City Machine Guns. Instead of going to AEW, they jumped from TNA to WWE. Who else?
Well, they did, but more than likely you're going to be in AEW now.
More than likely. Yeah. So let's see, 2024. I know there was somebody else. There's one other person. Well, Ethan Page, but he jumped from TNA to AEW and then from AEW to WWE. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, rumor is they're eyeing Santana. Yeah, I know, but I think Santana's tied up for like another year and a half. So, but yeah, and right now I guarantee you, like, let's see here, TNA roster. There's at least 2 or 3 people over there that they're probably going to poach. Like I know they're going to poach. I'm almost 100% they're going to poach Santana. God, what was it? Who else was it that there's one other person that they were eyeing. Well, yeah. I know that Matt and Jeff are talking about finishing up in WWE. They said that they were interested. They were interested in Moose.
Excuse me.
Who was it? It's one of their women's, someone on their women's roster. I can't remember who it is. But there's 2 other people that they're like really interested in snatching up.
Yeah, I know they're really, really interested in Slater.
He's Slater?
No, Leon Slater.
Oh, Leon Slater. Okay. I don't think he was one of the ones that they were talking about. But Yeah, so I know there's at least two other. I know that Santana's one of them, and then there's a female wrestler, and I can't remember. And then someone also said that they were looking at Moose, but yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed off if I was them.
Yeah,
it's like you're counter programming for no reason. You're constantly talking about how you don't see them as competition, and them already running a show against us is hurting us. You running a show against us really hurts us. So they've got to be pissed about that. Now, as far as like other people that are like, I can't believe WWE is doing this in AEW, dude, that's part of the business.
Yep.
You're in competition, man. Suck it up and deal with it. Which to be fair, that's exactly what AEW has done. AEW is like, okay, like we can't stop you, so what are we gonna do? We'll just try to put on the best. We'll put on the better show. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing, dude. They're telling Malice said WWE is just telling TNA your money's on the dresser while they are crying in the shower. Yep, they got, and they're leaving them a consolation prize for their butt hurt. But yeah, I'd be pretty upset about that if I was them. But so what? I don't think they've announced anything. Have they announced any matches for Forbidden Door?
Not that I'm aware of.
Forbidden Door 2026.
Yeah, Leon Slater's only 21 years old.
Match card. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they were interested in him. Oh yeah, so there's only 2 matches announced. The winners, the finales for the Owen Hart Cup, the men's and women's. So both of those matches are going to happen on at Forbidden Door. Which I wish. See here, what are the brackets? See AEW Owen Hart Tournament 2026. Let's see here. So for the men, yeah, there's no surprises. I think for the women there was a couple. Yeah, Hazuki, and Sarai. Oh, Persephone, that's right. So the women's actually has more to do with outside of WWE than the men's does. The men's don't have anybody from outside WWE. I mean, from AEW. They don't have anybody from outside AEW. Which that's kind of shocking because I expected at least one person. Yeah. But that consolation prize is Super Herpes. Mal's on fire tonight, dude.
He is.
But yeah, I know that one of the matches that's probably going to happen at Forbidden is going to be Ospreay versus Callum Newman.
Ospreay versus who?
Callum Newman.
Let's see. At Ospreay versus who? At what?
Callum Newman. He's the current IWGP World Champion.
You're saying that's going to be at Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
Why would?
Because Newman is he's the current leader of the United Empire, and he's the guy that him and Ospreay have been kind of at odds with each other over there.
Understandable, but you and I both talked that we thought Ospreay was going to win the Owen Hart tournament. Ospreay's not going to have 2 matches at Forbidden Door.
Oh, that's true. Shit. Because that's how he's going to get his world title shot.
That's why when you say that, I'm like, what? What?
Well, Newman's got to have a match. Oh, well, it could be against Moxley. Wasn't he one of Will's young boys? He was one of the younger guys, yeah. And then he kind of, when Will jumped ship to AEW, he took over. He's done a good job too. Like he's just not a superstar. He's a good wrestler. He's just not a superstar like Will is. But he did a pretty good job of stepping in. And he's done that, and the character work between the two of them has been great. When he called Will out and called him a Death Rider, you know, that created some huge tension between them and everything. So, but I don't know, man. I mean, they could have a match between Newman and Moxley as the head of the two factions that are vying for Will Ospreay.
You don't think Kenny Omega would have a match against him?
Against Callum Newman? There's no real reason for it to happen. I don't know who's.
No, we stumped Rob.
Well, Andrade. I know. Well, Andrade is the new global champion. He's the new global heavyweight champion. Takeshita's still the TV champion. So I'm sure Takeshita.
Takeshita will probably be against Fletcher.
It'll be something like that. Takeshita will be in a match there.
Because they're setting it up for Fletcher to take on Takeshita.
Andrade will probably be in a match against somebody. Alex Windsor is the strong women's champion. So Siri will be the women's champion. I don't know. There's a lot of matches they could set up. I'm just looking at Ospreay will. He can't though. He's got to be in the final of the Owen because he's a part of the never open weight 6-man tag. I'm trying to see if there's anybody that's got history with anybody. Outside of Moxley, Ospreay, Takeshita, it's probably going to be Sonata versus Takeshita because that's kind of the match they're setting up for the TV title. I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be Takeshita versus Fletcher at Forbidden Door. I think it's going to be them versus them at All In.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a mess over there. And I'll tell you what, they better start building some matches up for it because They
could put Hechicero versus Takeshita because they were both Don Callis in the Don Callis family.
Yeah. I don't know. But like I said, they've only got 3.5 weeks for that show, so they really need to start ramping up and start building up matches for that show.
Well, you're probably gonna have Darby Allin versus what's his name, Kevin Knight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would you have that at Forbidden Door? Forbidden Door is more about crossover with New Japan. I mean, it's not like they haven't had, AEW on AEW matches there before. I mean, they've done that before. But you would think that they would try to build as many matches between the two companies as possible. and between the women's division and women and CMLL and also with Stardom. You would think that that's the plan.
You would think.
Dude, Roosh needs to come out and just start murking people. That dude, I don't know why that dude isn't like the TNT champion, or let Roosh take the Continental belt off of Moxley. Give him the friggin' belt. Roosh is awesome. I don't know why and matter of fact, Roosh needs to be having a feud with Andrade for Andrade jumping ship on him and being like, listen, asshole, you can't just come back in here and act like a big swinging dick. So I want to see the new Black Tiger on Forbidden Door. Yeah. Forbidden Door should be the show where they really reach out to New Japan and CMLL and build up as many just freaking badass matches as you could possibly build.
What would you do with MJF?
I mean, you could do him versus Callum Newman and be title versus title. You know, even if it's just for bragging rights. Something like that, you know. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Have MJF. I'd have MJF. I think Dominion is the next show in New Japan. I'd have him come out at the end of Dominion and just be talking crap and be like, I'll see you at Forbidden Door or something like that. Do something like that.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen between now and Forbidden Door. AEW and New Japan and CMLL need to start building as many matches as possible. So yeah, they can't be doing this last minute shit. AEW is starting with Roosh versus MJF. I'd be freaking 1000% down with that. I don't know why, dude. I know why, because he's not one of Tony Khan's favorite toys. But Roosh is just woefully underutilized, man. And that dude's over. Dude, every time he comes out, that song, Roosh, the friggin' crowd goes nuts. And then when he does his move, you know, the horns.
Yeah.
The friggin' crowd is eating that crap up, dude. Again, why he's not in one of the world and not in one of the title scenes, I don't know why. He should be. Oh yeah, it's for the what you call it? Dynamite's on. Yeah. Sweet. That'll be a good match. But yeah. Speaking of which, I need to get off here and watch Dynamite.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it. Like I was like, guys, MJF is dressed as a matador. Dude, somebody asked if MJF is one of the top 5 wrestlers in the world today. And I'm like, yes. 1000% he is. He's the best heel in the business right now.
How could he not be?
He is. MJF is 100% the best heel in the business today. Period. The best. So, answer is yes. So, but anyway, guys, that's it. Like I said, it was very loose and easy today. So, I apologize. It puts him top 3, honestly. Yeah, dude, he's honestly, if you ask me, he's the Flair of his generation. Yeah, we rambled a little bit, Boogie. I appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate your support. I miss hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, you need to come on sometime. Okay.
Yep.
Come on.
Dude, even if we just do a stream where we just talk about whatever, I don't care, man. I miss hanging out with my boys. But anyway, appreciate you guys. I will do my best to get us back on track next week. Like I said, I got no excuse. This week I was just dead. But appreciate you guys, and we will see you. I'll pop on sometime for sure. Anytime, dude. Anytime, anywhere. We will talk about anything, dude. We'll talk about comics. We'll talk about how awful Supergirl looks.
You know, you're chosen for that. I know you're ready,
dude.
You're excited.
Yep. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.